Thank you, Chairman Miller, and thank you for those kind words, and it's good to be working with you again this morning here. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to discuss the great value of historically black colleges and universities and what an important role they play in the post-secondary education environment. As with any institution or policy, HBCUs certainly face challenges, but that must not sidetrack us from recognizing the incredible void that was filled when historically black colleges were included and defined in the Higher Education Act. Traditionally, HBCUs have provided diverse and distinguished institutions of post-secondary learning for African Americans, with as many as 14% of all African American students currently enrolled in such institutions nationwide. Today, we also find HBCUs have expanded in scope and depth to include young people from all races at over 100 different 2- and 4-year public and private institutions across the nation. Historically black colleges and universities serve some of our most disadvantaged students, who in some cases would not have had the opportunity to earn a degree and benefit from the enriching experiences of higher education. Therefore, the contributions made by HBCUs deserve our recognition. In many cases, HBCUs do not have access to the resources or endowment income of other colleges and universities, and yet they continue to provide a quality education to some of the neediest students in the country. Over the years, Congress has worked to improve the nation's support for historically black colleges and universities. Many of these institutions and their students rely on federal grant and loan programs. Under the Higher Education Amendments of 1998, Congress made significant improvements to programs designed to aid HBCUs in strengthening their institutions and graduate and professional programs. Changes allowed institutions to use federal money to build their endowments and to provide scholarships and fellowships for disadvantaged graduate and professional students. Title III of the Higher Education Act, which Congress is in the midst of reauthorizing, provides HBCUs with additional funds. Between 1995 and 2008, congressional funding for the Strengthening Historically Black Colleges and Universities program rose from $109 million to $238 million, a 118% increase over the last 13 years. Additionally, funding for the HBCU graduate program increased from $19.6 million to $56.9 million this year, an increase of 190%. HBCUs and all traditional colleges and universities, for that matter, continue to face the challenge of the skyrocketing cost of a college education. Some colleges and universities have taken steps to hold down costs by exercising greater administrative efficiency and embracing innovative approaches such as giving students the option of renting textbooks, a small step that can save students hundreds of dollars each year. This is a subject I've addressed aggressively over the last decade because I believe all post-secondary institutions should provide greater transparency of how and where student tuition dollars are being spent. It's my understanding that today's hearing is also intended to examine the implementation of desegregation agreements, which were put into place to erase remaining vestiges of discrimination in our nation's past. Given the importance of this topic, I'm surprised that we will not hear directly from one of the states that have worked to wipe out discrimination in their higher education system. After all, it's the states that entered into these agreements and the states that bear responsibility for fairly and fully promoting equality in their post-secondary system. I'm pleased to have this distinguished panel of witnesses here before us, and I'm interested to hear how some of the nation's HBCUs are addressing the college cost issue, issues of college access, and other challenges in a competitive 21st century economy. Thanks to each of you for being here today. The work you're doing for our most disadvantaged students is to be commended. HBCUs provide a remarkable avenue for African American young people and all young people to gain a quality education and are a source of pride for their communities and our nation. Chairman Miller, we share the same desire of seeing our nation's students gain greater access to a college education. So I thank you for dedicating this time to examining the historically black colleges and universities, and I yield back.